I wanted to go through and document the tips and tricks I found for the Battlefield 6 beta that didn't seem readily apparent on the internet. Either ones that I found myself that I hadn't seen really widespread, or ones that some of my friends who are hardcore gamers found that others just hadn't really seemed to commonly share yet. One of them is the KTS LMG. There is a particular modification on this weapon that a lot of people don't seem to be privy to, which is the synthetic points rounds. You'll see this mod and you'll think that it is just a headshot multiplier. It's kind of like the soft point tips, and you'd be right, that is what it is. But the way the math comes out, it allows the LMG to get one of the fastest TTKs in the entire games in the right hands. If you do the math, most weapons tend to do a assortment of something like 25 damage, or 25 damage, they might do 33 damage, or if they're a DMR, they might do 60 damage. Some of the overtuned guns, such as the shotguns and the sniper rifle, do 100 damage, so they just one-shot you. Which, those will get balanced likely in the future updates, and have their own drawbacks, whether it has to do with range or just the ability to kill people back-to-back due to the low rate of fire. The reason this KTS is strong, you'll see here in just a second. These people are going to run across this building here, and I mow them all down within a couple seconds, and I still have 30 rounds in my mag. And the reason that's so strong is there's this thing called battlefield blindness, where people just are in this large battlefield, and you a lot of times get their blind side. And if you have a large mag size, it means that you are more apt to take advantage of this battlefield blindness, and you can just keep on taking person out after person after person. And the reason this weapon is so good at it is that it starts with 25 damage. And you might be like, why is 25 damage such an important number? It's because this weapon comes with the synthetic point rounds. And you might think, okay, well, I think the AK comes with this also, but the AK only has 20 damage. Right? And 20 damage isn't enough for the synthetic points to make a difference. The synthetic points, as opposed to the soft points, give a 2x multiplier to your headshot damage, an increase from the about 1.3 that you normally have. The hollow points up that to a 1.8. And the reason this is a big difference is if you get a 2x multiplier, this makes this 50 damage. You have 100 HP, right? So if you can do 2 headshots, you can kill someone with the LMG. The LMG can have a mag size of 60 with a quick mag, or you can have a mag size of 100. You can have 100 bullets with the KTS, which has the lowest recoil, lowest precision of many weapons in the entire game. It has very low recoil. Look at this gameplay, incredibly low recoil. You could potentially kill 50 people in a single magazine. And you might be like, oh, okay, well, this should be able to be done with the AK. The AK has like a similar damage profile, and it has a faster rate of fire, so why not use it? But if you multiply that by 2, you only get 40. So you'd multiply that by 2, you only get 80. The person still has 20 HP left, which makes it just no bueno. You want the LMG. It 2-shot headshots enemies, and this is completely slept on. So to really kind of stress test this, I ended up going through to this position in Cairo, which is an amazing position to just see the extent in which a weapon can be power held at all these different ranges. Because you have people ganking you, you can far range snipe, you can mid range snipe, you're getting attacked on both sides, and you can get crazy kill streaks in this area. In this area, I was able to get a 30+ kill streak with the LMG, and with a squad, our squad collectively got 100 kills in this one camping location. Also, you can put a suppressor on this so they can never find you once you're getting all these shots, at least on their mini-map. So, this weapon is, in my opinion, incredibly slept on. Weapons are already powerful that people have pointed out are like the PW, which took a little bit for people to get on, some of the carbines and some of the assault rifles. But this weapon in particular, just 2 shots, just like right there, is all you need to kill someone, even all the way across the map. It's just insane. It's incredibly overtuned. I haven't seen anyone talk about how strong this weapon is. You could just, again, it's triple kills. It's nuts. So in this clip that I'm going through next year and stuff, this is where my party ends up joining up where I am in this location. If you look at our mini map, it's just, there's people everywhere. We're standing up, we're shooting, we're trying to survive. We're using all of our barricades as supply troopers and stuff to try to put up some defenses and everything. And another thing that a lot of people don't realize is that these supply bags also regenerate your grenades. So if you have a character on your team who's either an assault or a demo, they can constantly be getting new RPGs, they can constantly be getting more grenades, and they can be consistently just getting more grenade launchers. So in this position up here, though, there's only really one way in and one way out, and it's to your right from where I am right here at the current moment. So as long as you have someone keeping track of that section, here on Cairo on this map, this is the strongest camping location likely in the game for Cairo, because you have quick access to really B, you have quick access to A, and you have quick access to C. There is another position I'll show you here in a second, but other position just it's a little more cheesy, and it leaves you not as present in the team fight, I'll say. And that's this area up here. A lot of people don't know is that you can actually get on top of the highway on Cairo.
There was some weird graphics.
If you look around for videos on how to get up here, you'll find great videos on how you need to jump on top of air conditioners to scale and then parachute from building to building to get all the way up here. And a quick tip is that I've seen a lot of people forget is once you get up here, you should probably bring a Recon class for your squad. That way, once you die, like I do here, you can go ahead and respawn on your class's respawn beacon. And as soon as you respawn on your respawn beacon, a tip that I haven't seen very common that a lot of people don't realize is if you respawn on your own respawn beacon, it will then be destroyed. So as soon as you respawn on your respawn beacon, you'll want to re-put it down really quickly. And again, this is just a hodgepodge of a whole bunch of tips that hopefully one of them will really help you around in this next beta. So once you get up here, though, the reason this area is so strong in Cairo is that you can actually parachute to other locations that are really hard to reach. And I've seen someone actually get up there before. Here, I forget to, and I sort of swap in, I start throwing all the C4. And a lot of people sleep on how powerful C4 is. C4 is incredibly strong on the Recon. It just takes one C4 to really kill a personnel. It takes, I think, 4 to kill a tank, 2 if you hit it in the rear. Another thing that is incredibly strong that a lot of people don't realize is the ability to camp locations with C4. So combining this with the motion sensor on the Recon and knowing people's locations and everything, the C4 on the Recon actually regens over time, which is wild to me because it's basically stronger than a grenade, and yet it regens and grenades don't. So a lot of times it feels like overkill because you press the explode button and it just blows every single person up. And you probably could have shot them, especially with a shotgun if you're corner camping like I am right now in this moment. But the potential for killing with this is much higher than those. So if there's 2 people there, it'll kill the 2 people. If there's another person there, it really only takes one C4. You don't need to throw more than one C4 to take someone out. And this went on for, I think, was a 7 kill streak here. Again, if you overdo it, you'll probably end up missing that guy, but then you get another double kill.
6 of them?
And I go a little crazy with it, and I probably should swap to C4 here, but I try to go for the 8 kills with the C4 and end up losing it. But fortunately, one of my allies is able to back me up at the end.
He's 10 HP.
So, more of the story is don't forget about your C4. A lot of Recon players will play like this. They'll go all the way back here and they'll just snipe the whole game, trying to get their longest kill headshot in the entire game. Which my max was, I think, 138. I think so. This is the clip. There we go. So I know
I got a 138 meter long shot.
But the funner way to snipe, in my opinion, is to grab a slug shotgun and put an ACOG sight to it, and then attach a reflex sight. That way you can use it in close range also just to flex on people. Not really flexing because the shotgun's overtuned as it is, but when it becomes really flexing is once you start headshotting them with a slug shotgun that one-shots them at medium range and one-shots them at far range as well. No, they're pushing. Fun fact, if you're doing King of the Hill, you motion sensor respawn beacon does nothing. It's just a waste of time. So it's some info. Absolute waste of time. Don't use it. But the reason this is actually, I think, a really strong combo that some people are actually sleeping on is with the slug shotgun. It's one shot short to mid range, and if you use the reflex sight, it's a little easier to actually see people in closer range. It does block the side of your vision. But on top of that, if you shoot someone in the head with this thing, it actually one-shot headshots them. Which, if you're someone trying to do the op with the sniper rifle, there's a disadvantage to the op with one-shot headshots at close range, and that disadvantage is that it only has, like, I think it's like 42 RPM, which means you can only kill, like, you can only kill someone, like, if you round up every 2 seconds. If you round it up, it's like 1.5 seconds, which when you have 2 or 3 people in front of you, that means it's going to take you 6 seconds to kill every single one of them to take advantage of that battlefield blindness. Whereas if you have the LMG right here or something like that, it won't take you that long at all, especially if you're actually aiming to get headshots. But there was a weapon I found in the beta that seemed to actually do even better than the shotgun in many ways. The reason it went better than the shotgun is I found that if you ran the assault class with grenades to clear corners, people who would get the advantage on you with shotguns versus your SMG, you'd be able to beat, because you could clear the corners with your grenade launchers. But if you were to run the SMG, you could pretty much take out any other person at close range who didn't have a shotgun, and you would win. And additionally, this weapon is incredibly overtuned because its range potential is really great. This is one of my first games with SMG, and I'm terrible aiming with it, but it has no recoil. It has just it has like infinite accuracy and precision, so you can basically just laser beam heads at the range. The only drawback on it is that it has really low magazine size, so you can really only take out maybe like 2 people per mag.
Double kill.
And then you have to really reload. Also has incredible magazine, or an incredible mobility, so you can just go around and keep taking people out over and over again. And I want to showcase this because on King of the Hill, this is a map position I see a lot of people don't take, and it's an incredibly strong one that if you can hold that point, you can basically guarantee your team's capture of B. If you aren't doing this, my strategy is to generally run smoke grenades and just rat on the base and just jump on point to
also running
so like
no shoddy
lose situation. But this is like being one of my first games. I got a 10-1 with this SMG. And some people have said that this SMG is now like in that S tier kind of category and stuff, which is, I think, very, very well justified because it is an absolute laser beam of a gun. The SGX, the other SMG in the game, technically has a better TTK, but the problem with the SGX is you can't shoot people all the way across the map like I'm showing now you can do with this. Like that's probably like a, I don't know, a 40 meter kill right there, and you're not going to get that with the SGX. You're not going to be able to just laser people all the way across the map, even if it gives you slightly faster TTK in close range. Additionally, it has crazy hip fire, so you can just hip fire with this thing if you're going around, which means you can do your Call of Duty Warzone sliding techs and stuff, which aren't as prevalent in this game, I think, as a lot of the faster paced shooters like TF2. But if you're ever a really big fan of like the submachine guns in what was it called? There was one gun in there that you needed an auto clicker basically to run with, but it was an SMG that had 0 recoil in Titanfall 2. If you liked that game in Titanfall 2 and you like that gun in Titanfall 2, this is the SMG for you that you should be running. I'm not kidding. This is the one that you need. So the other thing that I was telling you about was just the power that is the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is just absolutely insane because while the SMG is strong, when you use it with the assault class, it really allows you to then take care of the people who are super, super long range by just destroying their cover, disrupting them so you can zone break them. And it also allows you to disrupt the people who are going around trying to corner camp you. So in King of the Hill, a common issue is generally people ratting on point. And it's always kind of a question is like, hey, how do you deal with people who are ratting on point? And the answer for me is generally always grenade launcher. So if you use the flash grenades and you throw that out and stuff to disrupt people, and then you combine that with a thermobaric grenade, the thermobaric grenade is incredibly powerful because it basically does its maximum amount of damage as long as someone is even on the edge of it. So you're going to see that there's one person here, but I'm certain that there's a lot more people on point because all of my dead friends over here are just absolutely dead. So I go in here and I shoot a thermobaric grenade, and the thermobaric grenade instantly kills one of the guys and it catches everyone else on fire. Now, some people are confused as to what the fire effect does. It is DOT over time, but on top of that, it makes it so you can't aim down in sight and your person moves at a snail's pace. So what that does is it makes it so these people are incredibly easy to follow up and hit with another grenade shot. And that means you can swap to your normal grenade launcher, which if you hit someone directly with it, will kill them, which makes for a pretty easy quadra kill.
I just got a quad.
So again, pair that with something like, say, the SMG, and if you run the SMG, you'll be able to potentially get on a point, go around and shoot your fiery grenade launchers to get kills of anyone who's been disrupted and now can't aim down sight. So basically, if you think there's someone with a shotgun, shoot them with a flash grenade or a fire bomb, all of a sudden now you can zone break with the SMG and finish them up. And then you just use the SMG and you get your triple kill. You can be really cheesy and aim underneath the cover like I did here, and then you can go ahead and just merge that into your quadra kill. Now, let's look at some other, even more deep cut sort of skills and techniques. A lot of people might think about the engineer, for instance, and you might think that the engineer's primary way to build up a whole bunch of points is to blow up other vehicles by using RPGs, and also to make a whole bunch of points by repairing your vehicles. A lot of people may not know that the way that you get a lot of points from repairing your vehicles is by getting assist for your tanks.
We're trying.
You get points for your tanks blowing up other people as you repair them. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're trying to sort of min-max leaderboards or challenges and stuff when you're playing this class. But what people don't realize is that the blowtorch has another purpose, and that purpose is amazing. It is the ability to blow up other tanks. So say that
you're healed,
just
dude.
went around and you went to one of the repair stations to rearm and reload your vehicle, and you were about to go fight another tank. You get out of your tank and you shoot an RPG at the tank, and you are given the option to wait to reload to take out another RPG, or maybe even worse, you're out of RPGs. But you are given another option, and that option is to simply swap to your blowtorch. You see, swapping to your blowtorch may actually be a faster option to blow up another tank than it is to reload another RPG. That's a deep cut bottom of the iceberg tip that hopefully helps you at some random point if you play obsessive amounts of Battlefield 6.
Nice.
Fun fact a lot of people don't know is that snipers can for sure definitely puncture through people.
Slide to prone. It's crazy.
Me and my friend both got shot in the head by a single sniper shot across the map. So
that
is confirmed to be
with a single shot on us.
I just thought that's important to document so that people know that.
He killed us both.
Let's see if there's another one here. So another thing is I didn't see this in too many tier lists, and the reason is you had to get career ranked 20 to unlock this weapon. But the very final assault rifle, it was the B something that we unlocked in the first beta, has an incredibly powerful hipfire. Its headshot damage is pretty insane once you put soft point rounds on it, and it hits like a truck. It feels like it actually has faster TTK than the PW SMG up close, which is ironic because I almost prefer the PW SMG at longer range because it has even less recoil. So in this sort of case, I don't think I got a true quadra kill here, but it's just like you're going back to back to back, and it's just the assault rifle does really, really well. So it's definitely a weapon that if you're like, I don't really want to do the shotgun, it seems too cheesy, but I want something that does good at long range, medium range, and short range, give the new assault rifle a try. It's really good, and it's honestly a little bit slept on in my opinion. Last thing, which is just something that I kept on trying to remind people about, and it seemed like a lot of people would be confused about, is how do you deal damage to tanks? A lot of people would be like repairing tanks and they'd be like, oh, how did my tank instantly get blown up? And the important part about when dealing with tanks is to know that this spot right here takes triple damage from explosives. So if you see that, that does 678 damage. Generally, you do like 200 damage with your RPG, so maybe it does like 2.5 times. If you shoot that part twice, you'll blow up a tank. Sometimes if you shoot the rear once and then you shoot the side once, they'll also blow up a tank if it's not being repaired. So that's one of those tips that I'm just like, seems really important that I just didn't see a lot of people either applying or understanding whether they were shooting RPGs themselves or whether or not they were flying in a tank in or driving a tank and being like, hey, why am I getting one-shotted? And the reason they were getting one-shotted was just kind of situational awareness of where they should be positioning their tank and everything. So I just want to showcase those tips. Hopefully one of them helped you. I would really recommend you try out the KTS SMG. It is incredibly overtuned, incredibly overpowered. And I haven't seen anyone talk about it. But if I was going to rank my favorite weapons right now in the game, it's probably the PW SMG, the shotgun just because it feels better than any shotgun I've ever played with any game, and then the KTS LMG. The KTS LMG is just insane. Give it a try next patch.